Hello everyone, I made this Polygrid instrument inside Bitwig and I'm happy to share it with you guys. Feel free to comment the video, but also if you have other ideas how to improve the preset, or if you have any questions, just leave a comment and hit the like button. Thanks so much. So without further ado, let's go first through the source material. Here we have 4 samplers. Each sampler is loaded with a different sample, and each time you trigger a note, the sample is being played. Then we have a bigger modulation section. We have pitch and start modulation. Inside that modulation we have a transpose sample option, which basically modulates the root node of the sample. So you can turn this on and off with this knob here. You see, on, off. What it changes the root node, as I already said. It's this one, so it's the transpose modulation that is plugged into this yellow plug here to the key pitch. So you have also the opportunity here to select the amount of the modulation. So if you go full 100% on that one, then you get the value of the value range of the modulation is pretty big. If you lower this, the range isn't that big, so we will hear only small differences. Also in the pitch and start modulation section we have pitch envelopes. You can also turn these on and off with this knob, and as I mentioned previous, also you can select the amount of the modulation for each sampler. So this is sampler 1, sampler 2, sampler 3, sample 4. Here you can see with each note that is being played, a new curve is getting applied. So for each note you play, a randomly selected value will determine what kind of attack or decay, sustain and release the own envelope will have. And this is routed to the pitch wheel of each sampler. So if you look closely here, you can see that if I'm going to this modulator with my mouse, you can see on the first sampler over here that this pitch wheel is modified. I can make an example. So if we have sample 1, which sounds like that, you're gonna hear now pitch envelope is on. It gets modified. The amount is fully on. Yeah, I'm sure you get the point. All right. If we go further, here in the modulation section, we have also the opportunity to time shift a sample, which means if you press a note, there's a chance that the sample has a delay, which means so if you play the note, maybe the sample is not getting triggered immediately. Maybe there's a delay of 50 milliseconds or even up to 1 second's delay. Maybe I show this with 2 samplers on. Let's put 1 on and 2 on, and also make these a little bit shorter, especially the first one. And now we have the time shift on. The amount I will set to 100%, and now you will notice the time shift modulation. That was pretty obvious. you already can hear you get a lot of variations. That was the main goal of that preset, that you can create a lot of one-shot variations with the same source material in the samplers. All right, so let's go further to the filter section. You can modify an high-pass filter for each sampler. You can switch this here on and off, select the amount, and it only is going to change this knob here with each note that is being played. And for example, that sound that you heard, maybe this would be cool for a UI. It sounded pretty UI-ish to me. So if you like the sound, you can play the replay button here. And you can resample this. The best idea for that is to just make another track in Bitwig, make a new audio track, and then you just select the input of that audio track to the preset one-shot variations post fader. And now you're going to see, if you play the replay button, you will have input, and you can basically just record that in the arranger view. Okay, I'm going to delete this, just that we can go on with the explanation. All right, we have also a panning modulation. You can switch this on and off, and the amount is controllable with these knobs here as well. It's going to change the stereo panning with each note that is being played. And in the end, we have a volume modification. I think this is self-explanatory. It changes the volume slightly of each sample. At the end, everything is going to the mixer, and after mixer, there's a volume envelope. So if you would like to shape your sound a bit more, you can access all these parameters of the volume envelope with these knobs here. You can see you can change the attack. So if you would like to have something with short transients and only without release and sustain, just a really short sample, make it like that, and then you get your click sound. Something that I have forgot to mention is we have also a sample start modification here. So this block modulates this yellow fader in each sampler, because the yellow fader is actually for the starting point where the sample is getting triggered. You can see if I'm gonna select starting modification on, and the amount is 100% chance. Also, you can select the chance if that of the trigger chance, and you're gonna notice this yellow fader, yellow indicator is gonna change each time you will hit a note. Let's activate all 4 samplers together. And you're gonna see each starting point is different than the previous one. Down here below we have the sample speed modification. This basically changes the speed knob here of the sample. It's kind of similar like the transpose modification, but with a higher value. So you get more drastically changes with that one. So if I'm gonna put speed on, you're gonna hear chance, amount, amount. Much more is going on right now with the speed modification. One last thing, if you need some sub impact, I made a sub impact sound, basic, just the basic sine sub, which you can add to your samples. All right. Now, I think this is the overview of the instrument. So if you can use this instrument, feel free to download the patch. And let's make a little bit experience and go to Soundly. If you're not familiar with Soundly, it's a platform for sound effects. You can pay a membership. I think it's $9 each month, and you will find in their library a lot of useful sounds. So if you need quickly some good, interesting sounds, I think it can be quite beneficial if you need, if you don't have the time to record something on your own or whatever. So I will allow now for new samples in each sampler that we can, so we can hear the difference, what kind of other sounds we can produce with this instrument. Let's go for something, yeah, why not prison? That sounds interesting. Load that to sample 1. We go to wood. Yeah, I'm gonna take that one. Random tram. Gonna take this one. And this one. All right, let's hear what this sounds like. Without the sub impact. Let's do pitch envelope on. Let's select the filter on, panning on, and time shift on. Speed on and transpose on. Volume on. That sounded interesting. Yeah. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little episode, and yeah, have fun with the preset and do whatever you like, and let me know if you came up with other ideas or if you have a modification. Would be cool to exchange something, and yeah, see you soon. Bye bye.